Hi there. So what 4 ways are there to get a personal loan if you have a bad credit rating? Just to clarify what a personal loan means, it's simply a loan which isn't secured against a house or a property, so it's an unsecured type of loan. So that's what I'm referring to as a personal loan. So my first one is a bad credit card. So these work in a very similar way to a conventional credit card, but interest rates are typically a bit higher. They're around the sort of 35 to 40% mark. You can typically only get credit up to about £1,500. They do have a time, about a week or 2 weeks, for you to apply to get that loan before you find if you're successful or not in terms of your application. And also there are some conditions which will apply. So some of them, for example, you can't, your last bad payment or missed payment needs to be at least 6 months ago, or last mark on your credit file needs to be 6 months or sometimes even a year ago. So there are conditions that apply, so they can be a good option. So it's always worth applying and seeing if you can get a bad credit card. My second one is a guaranteed loan. A guaranteed loan, they are typically available from £50 all the way up to £10,000. The £50, there are £50 of 500 guaranteed loans, which are short-term loans up to a month. They can have interest rates up as high as about 700% APR, which is a lot cheaper, incidentally, than a payday loan, which can be up to 5,000% APR. So and they're very quick. You can have the money same day, sometimes in an hour, but you do need a friend or family member, a guarantor basically, to back up your loan. So they will need to have a good clean credit file, and they're there to back up your loan. And if they're there, that's obviously why you can get that loan a lot cheaper than if you went for a payday loan, which could be 3, 4, 5,000% APR compared with these, which are about the 700% APR mark. So we have short-term guarantor or guaranteed loans, and then there are longer-term guaranteed loans, which are typically from £500 up to £10,000. These payments will typically be spread over a year to 5 years, and they have an interest rate of around 50%, depending on which lender you go for. They vary. Again, you'll need someone to guarantee your loan. So again, a friend, a colleague, a family member who has a clean credit rating. So they will be backing up your loan. So we provide these types of loans. If you'd like to find out the options there are for you, what the costs may be, and get a number of quotes and compare options from the whole market of guaranteed loan lenders, please just fill out our form and look at our loan calculator on this page, and this will help you just make a decision for this type of loan and if it's right for you. My loan number 3 is the doorstep loan. And this type of lending is where you can borrow typically between £1 and £500. They can be quite quick, so you can get the loans very quickly. The interest rates are typically about 275 to about 550% APR, and these types of loans are typically spread over about a year in terms of your repayments. The difference with these types of loans is that the lender's agents will actually come round to your house and will pick up the loan repayments. So it's just they're a slightly different version of sort of short-term lending, but the payments are spread out compared with payday loans, where typically you would make the payments, pay it all back in one lump. These repayments are paid out over a year. So doorstep loans, and finally, I've mentioned these a couple of times before, there's payday loans. You've seen the adverts on television. There's lots of, especially during daytime television, there are lots of adverts about payday loans, typically up to £500. Typically you borrow this for 2, 3, 4 weeks up to your next payday. They can be very expensive. They're very much only designed for short-term lending, so if you need some cash just for a couple of weeks, they can be a good solution, but for any time longer than that, they can get extremely expensive and be the cause of some major difficulties. So 4 ways to get a personal loan if you have bad credit. My loan number 1 was bad credit cards. Loan number 2 was the guaranteed loan. Loan number 3 was the doorstep loan, and loan number 4 was the payday loan. We can give you a range of quotes from lenders on the guaranteed loans, and if you'd like to fill out the form on this page and maybe find out what the options there for you, please fill this out and we'll get you a range of quotes. Thank you.